Hey there, let's look at Travis picking. We get this name from Merle Travis, who was a guitar player, which is probably why when I pick this pattern, I feel like I'm playing my guitar because it was written for guitar players. But it translates over really nicely to the ukulele, especially when you have that low G. And that's what I'm going to be using for this instrument. If you have a high G, it's not that you can't use it, it's just going to sound a little different. It's all good. What I might recommend you do is that instead of just playing your thumb on G, you might also play the A string at the same time. We'll cover that in a later video too, but just know this one works best, I think, with the low G. So here's what I'm going to do. I've got 4 beats to the bar. In this case, standard time. I'm just going to use C chord as an example. I'm going to start with my thumb on low G, let it ring out for that full first beat. Then for the second beat, I'm going to go to my inside strings, C and E, whichever fingers you're using to pluck those. We're plucking all the strings here, so just check in with your individual fingers there. C and E string there for two and. Then we're going to go to the outside strings, G and A for 3 and then back to the inside strings, C and E for 4 and. Put all together, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and G, inside, outside, inside, G, inside, outside, inside. And make sure you're not moving your hands very much at all, right? You're keeping it nice and steady. There's more going on here with all this alternating your fingers back and forth. So keep it small. Notice if I was just focusing on my thumb, it's just going back and forth. So what you might do is just start with that too. That's the motor memory you really want this picking pattern to be built on. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and the other fingers follow. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2. And it's okay to lean a little bit more, I think, into the thumb at first if you need to. Just so you get that part of the motor memory. But don't leave the other fingers behind for too long. Add those back in there and let them give some voice to their strings. Try to even that sound out of it. G, inside, outside, inside. G, inside, outside, inside. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1. Yeah. And this is probably what you're gonna do for the week. Just this. Definitely get comfortable with this picking pattern before you try to add any chord changes, right? Just picking one chord, or if you don't even want to hear the chord, just mute your strings. That works too if you want to just really get into the rhythm of it. Da 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 da, right? Whatever works for you. I also recommend if you're working with a practice video or you're playing along, again, mute the strings and just pick along with whatever song is playing, whether it's a practice video with me or an original song you're listening to practice along with. It's a great tool to just really get that right hand motor memory going as best you can, and just give it some of that love that it needs so that it can give up some of your attention to start to change the chords eventually. Enjoy.